factor of life or death. In case you didn't catch it yet, let me reflect. Let me reflect. Something that's making you wrong. Deciding the thing will do or can, or say you anything. For silent remain, not to write the have you. Like you have the right to not remain silent. For anything you say can and will be the deciding factor of life or death. So speak up, speak out, speak loud, speak now. For too long we have seen ourselves as victims, when in reality we are victors. For
different and something special. Yeah. Jazz is what it is. Jazz is different and something special. And jazz is what it is. Jazz is different and something special. And
Yo. Welcome to Spiritual Dance Music. We're about to go live here in a second. I want everybody to be prepared if you've never watched this show before. It's pretty simple. You got to open up your soul, and you got to have some fun, and you got to realize that you just survived a pretty gnarly eclipse cycle. And all you need to do is enjoy this and open up to the new path. You've been told what to do, but the question is, will you do it? We'll see you in one sec. All the little AI robots here at highvibe.tv are preparing the show for you live.
Jazz is what it is.
All these little AI robots. They got a little bit of soul in them though too. See you in a sec. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Spiritual Dance Music. This is David Palmer, the Leo King, and I am your astrologer DJ for the evening for this exclusive show on highvibe.tv, Spiritual Dance Music. This is the Post-eclipse cycle of 2020 celebration. Now, if you never watched the show before, this is where we do on the new and the full moon cycle. We always do a celebration, and we always, of course, do a ceremony. But this one has been different because, of course, the last three eclipses and the new and the full moon cycles, especially the last lunar eclipse that we just had this weekend, as we were doing this on July 7th, the one that was on July 4th and July 5th, depending on where you were in the world in Capricorn, was with a lot of malefic energy. So I was like, not going to do it then. I thought it'd be much better to do it after to help process what happened. And for us to use this Aquarius moon to go off into the future of what we process, especially as a weird Aquarius moon right now. It's been void off course. It's got weird quincunxes. It's been to Mercury retrograde square Mars. This has been a lot just now. But if we look back at this year and the eclipses that we've gone through, especially the lunar eclipse of January, I can't even say it. We're in so many June, July. Now we're actually going back to January 10th, the lunar eclipse with Saturn and Pluto, 2 days before the conjunction point, with a lunar eclipse in Cancer opposed to the Sun with Saturn, Pluto. I mean, this has been an eclipse cycle that you will never forget in your life, or even 2020 already has been the year of what's next. I mean, And I believe that this eclipse cycle has actually delivered the message. But I think that deep inside of ourselves, it feels like a split collective. It feels like a very different energy. It almost feels like we are on two different worlds. And I think that it's important right now for us to find a way to, one, we all have to ask ourselves the question if that's the way that we want it to be. Two, you have to ask yourself the question if it's crazy to think that maybe we are splitting onto two different paradigms and Earths. Three, is that even the right thing? Or are we supposed to all learn that we all are supposed to come together on one Earth? I mean, those are the weird questions that are going on in life right now. Now, I didn't even finish this show. This is, of course, where we do the new moon and full moon ceremonies, and then we do it with tarot, and we put it all live into a dance music mix. And this show's been going on for me since October of 2009. So I really appreciate it, and I actually made a post from the 2 weeks ago show that was on the solar eclipse in Cancer. That one was, in my opinion, the best show ever done, and I cried in joy after almost over 10 years of doing this show, finally reaching a place to where I was satisfied with the show. So I want to thank everybody that always comes onto this show and is part of this show and helps support this show with just your love and showing up and having fun and dancing and listening to the message. And today's message for this, and of course the way that shows like this, which I know it might sound crazy, but this show takes almost half a day to do, just to get it prepared, to set it up, then to go live, and then to do it by itself. So the way that you can support that is by downloading highvibe.tv, even if it's free. This is where you can watch this show always for free. Many other shows for free, but if you want all the exclusive content, join and be a member. We have a 7-day free trial, and of course, we have so many awesome shows and all my exclusive daily horoscopes and so much more of my exclusive horoscopes and so many other practitioners' shows and all their exclusive horoscopes or channeling sessions or just spirituality or divination tools are all there for you. So the message is destiny. I call 2020 Destiny's Call. That was actually coming into it, my prediction. It's Destiny's Call. It's like, what is the call towards destiny in our lives? And we have all been, shown, whether you want to say that's a vision. It's a quest. It's a quest that you can't quit. You can't quit on yourself. Some things in life are not going to work out, especially with Mars approaching Chiron. Especially with Chiron in Aries, especially with Mars now in Aries. It's going to be here until January 5th. That goes retrograde from September through November. That hasn't happened since the 80s and 88. And Mars actually retrograded early in Aries and then came back to the end of Pisces. So this is a full Mars retrograde in Aries in its own sign that's going to battle out. We're about to see the biggest battle of our lives. The old original term of, the planets, especially Greek mythology-wise, would be the battle of the gods. And we've not seen the battle of the gods ever this action-packed before that's coming up here in the next couple months. So this is your time to really start to not sink your own ship. Don't take on things. Don't take on. We are all on our quest to our destinies and what we're here to fulfill. We've got the nodes that are moving here in the next 48 hours to 28 degrees, and we are getting pretty much dead center with the nodes to the galactic center. So yes, Mercury retrograde's about to end. Yes, Chiron's about to go retrograde. So we are about to reach this, what the heck was this all about? And I want everybody to use this ceremony today to realize Chiron in Aries is not easy, because no matter how much our ego wants something to be a certain way or look a certain way, if it doesn't work out that way, that doesn't mean your ship has tanked. It just means that that wasn't part of your ship, and you got to keep moving forward in life. And I predict a lot of relationship issues because of the Saturn-Pluto of 82 and 83, because of the Venus retrograde we've been through, and Venus is still in shadow and still has not even hit the North Node yet. So I think when it comes to the questions of relationships, that is a major, major question in people's lives, because when you look at this outer world, this South Node in Sag, you're going to just keep running into so many more questions that are so far beyond your answers that the only thing that is the answers is your own environment, your own things that make you feel good, and the partners that you choose in your life. That's really all that you have if you want to use the term control or manifesting abilities about. Projects too. So I just want to say that that's where this is all heading, and this is this moment for you to not freak out that you don't know, to not freak out if you already feel something jumping off your ship, and that you don't need to go down with it. This is not the Titanic. You are not the Titanic. And this is like, it's okay for things to sink that are not supposed to be in your life, but you don't sink with them. You keep going. And I think that's super important. I'm going to go to the cards right now and see what's there. And then we're going to do a little prayer and then go right into the mix. Be right back. See you in the chat. All right, we're back. Welcome back to Spiritual Dance Music with DJ David Palmer, Leo King. Gosh, I used to say that 9-10 years ago. All right, this is where we're going to pull the cards before we go into this live mix about what this eclipse cycle was about. Where is it heading for us? Where's it going in your life? Where is your next journey here? But really, it's not even your next journey. Where is the true journey that you have used your whole entire lives, moments, and karmic energies to bring you to the ultimate moment? That's what's coming here, the ultimate moment. First card that we got here is the Four of Wands in reversed. So, I think that these are a lot of attachments to things that we had been in. This is a marriage card, but it also is the card of what we celebrate in our lives. And I think that, what we typically celebrate and the way that we typically want to see the things that brings joy to our lives that we want to accomplish in a bigger way, it's like that's all over. So I think that we need to pay attention to that there are completely new sets of things for us to go after. One thing I do like about the Four of Wands is, hey, there's a lot of celebrations ahead. You just got to figure out what they are still. Four of Wands can definitely mean like, oh, you finally, yeah, you're in that right now. But I think that we all are in this moment of like, I don't know what the next party is. I don't know what the next thing that I'm going to truly know. Is this it or is it not? And that can be put into a lot of different forms in life. It is a wand. It is our passions. It is our desires. It is our love. It is our creativity. So there's a lot of things right now that are in question of that, of at least not knowing the destination. How many people are going to be there? Is there an RSVP? Do you have to wear masks to that wedding? You know what I mean? We got the Wheel of Fortune after that. So I think that this is a good sign. I knew we would get something good there. It's like, because we're turning a complete new page, not only in the collective, but in your life. You're turning a page you've never turned before. And so the old way of how, if we use relationships for an example, that you think relationships should look in your life, those didn't work. Didn't work. Why don't you try turn into the next chapter, maybe even a new book here, and see what's there. In a lot of things in our life, the things that we are seeking that make us feel empty, you've got to look at the things and where, what are you still holding on to that you're still trying to find some sort of celebration there, and there's not. You can feel when it's not. When it's not, it's not. It's just like not. But a lot of people have fear right now to hold on. And that's the Wheel of Fortune that tries to move the page to a new fortunate thing. It moves the wheel. It turns time. It turns like the Mayan calendar system. If you ever look at the long count calendar, and if you ever look at those cycles, 2012, December 21st was the big reset, right? Why aren't you ready to do that reset? It's like, I want to still stay right here. I don't want you to It's like, please, don't let me spin that wheel on The Price is Right, or don't let me spin that wheel of fortune. I don't want to hit bankruptcy. What if you're already in bankruptcy? Maybe you need to spin the wheel to actually get some money. You know what I mean? Using the analogy from the game. Like, you got nothing to lose if you're already bankrupt, if you hit bankruptcy again on the Wheel of Fortune. Like, you only have more things, 99% more things to gain. But right now, a lot of people are sitting in the 1%. And I love how that we use that term 1% right now. All the rich are the 1%, the 1% of this, 1%. Well, you're in the 1% of putting the shittiest, or the goodest, the best stuff in your life and choosing the 99% of energy that sucks. Because you're putting 99% of your energy into things that, I don't know, or I don't really know. And that's going to be about whether or not you're ready to turn the page. A lot of people are afraid to turn the page. The challenge that we got is the Eight of Pentacles upright. We are done with the mundane and the boring and the monotonous and the day-to-day things that we've already learned, that we've already grown. You've already grown. So what's the point in staying in like, well, I already know this. It's like, it reminds me of a factory worker who's like, we are going to give you a promotion right now. And it's like, but I make this so good. I use this machine so well. It's like, yeah, but you're going to make more money. You're so talented at this. We need you for this new machine. It's like, I don't know that machine, and I'm more comfortable here. Especially in this challenge position, people are more comfortable and like, I already know how this operates. I already know how this life works. I already know how this work does. My partner works. Like, I already know this works, even though it might not be a celebration anymore. Maybe I'm ready for fortune, but I don't know if I'm really ready because I'm actually sitting in the hamster wheel that I know. People love the hamster wheel lately. I've been noticing that. We've been using the term sheep, like being herded like sheep. Well, hamsters are tested on too. Rats in a cage too. Our overall is the King of Cups upright. Oh, we have got a lot that we are ready to move forward in fulfilling all of the emotions and the needs that we need in our life. Especially, it makes sense with this Cancer sun and this retrograde Mercury in Cancer. But in order to be the King of Cups, you must have gone through so many challenging emotions and beautiful emotions and all the different celebratory emotional energy. You've had to have played with every color in the crayon box and know how to draw the picture, because the King of Cups is sure. There's lots of depictions of the King of Cups, but my favorite is in the Golden Tarot when the King of Cups is at the shoreline and watching and sending some of the people from the kingdom into the boat just to go. He's emotionally comfortable with not only trusting that they're going to take his boat and trust to take the mission, whatever it might be, but also to appreciate that he has a boat, that he has people, appreciate the love that he is between those people and the trust. Love that he knows that he has a kingdom, knows that he's comfortable in all those aspects, because he's not uncomfortable. He's not also doing things that he doesn't want to do. You don't see him freaking out like the Seven of Swords, being like, did I just, like, what, like, you know what I mean? Like, not happening. So that's, I think, the main outcome here is, like, are you ready to put the full power of your emotions to the test, or are you still scared? Are you still hiding because of insecurities, or I can't because I got to stay in this, or I got to hold this line? There's too much holding. You know, that's the problem with them. What I'm seeing not only in the astrology, but in this reading, but in so much right now, are people holding on to life, if we're going to use a card analogy, like holding on to the same cards. Like sometimes you gotta, you know, ask for new cards. Like, it's okay to keep some, but the ones you don't want, you can change those cards out. But there's the fear that you're going to get worse cards. Well, you already had bad cards, so you got to fucking throw them out anyway. Might as well. Again, that analogy just keeps coming up over and over and over and over and over and over again. The spiritual advice that we got here is the Three of Cups. Wow, the Three of Cups has been showing up even in Deep Love Tarot this week. The Three of Cups was the first card. So the spiritual advice is to go find the ultimate happiness and true. I know it's the party card, so I'm not saying like, yo, God saying go party, but it's like God saying go party in the life of the emotional world that fulfills you and brings you joy and excitement, that fulfills all the energies. And are you around the right energy that makes you feel like you're around the right party of energy, people, circumstances? Like, if you're at a party and you feel alone at a party, that's because you are chose to be that way. That's not because the host is a bad host. That's not because the food's not good. Like, it's because you don't know how to make the best of the party. You don't know how to make the best of situations. So you would rather sit in your, you know, I'm going to be content with not being happy. I'm going to be content with not enjoying this. It sucks. Trust me, I get it. I'm a July 23rd Leo. I'm the first day, right? I've got that Cancer ass, you know what I mean? My boobs are in Leo, you know what I mean? So it's weird. I got no boobs, but you know what I mean? So I was shy as a kid, and I've always was sensitive, but I had to learn through being in television since 2005. Like Hollywood parties and going to events and going to red carpets and meeting producers and going to auditions and being on reality shows. And like, I got to throw myself in this mix or I'm going to miss out. And this is FOMO. And FOMO isn't about what you're doing out there in the media or the world. FOMO is you missing out on your emotional needs in life that makes you feel fulfilled because you're afraid to just take that little awkward step to hi, how are you, to the most amazing situations life. And leaving behind what already is not great, being alone or feeling like you're attached to things that aren't giving you any fulfillment. And just the fear of missing out is by not, if we're using a party analogy, going and just being like, hi, everybody, how's it going? What are you guys enjoying this? It doesn't matter if you stutter. It doesn't matter if you look like an idiot. People are going to talk to you. One thing I've noticed in life is people will talk. It don't matter who you are. When a group of people get together, and if we think of this of life, do you think if you're the tree outside, it's going to be like, I don't want to talk to you, and just start pooping a bunch of apples on you? No. You know what I mean? So, you got nothing. This is about FOMO, about the future in your life, how that looks, because you know that there's a quest, there's a destiny, it's calling you. But are you going to, I don't like that term, miss the boat. I'm not no Doreen Virtue right now. You know what I mean? I'm not going to throw you guys into that world. But you're going to miss the boat of your emotional happiness and joy in life because what? It's like, you want to hold on to, well, at one time it was great, but maybe it'll come back. So, I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about relationships right now because this has been a major relationship year. Not because, a lot of astrologers, especially these Instagram ones and stuff, throwing all these memes up, they don't get the whole cycle thing. This is Saturn-Pluto that ended in Libra that began our new Saturn-Pluto in Capricorn. But you have to remember that Saturn, because it retrograded back into Capricorn, I haven't even taught, this is some deep astrology I'm going to give you for tomorrow. But it's like, now that Saturn's back in Capricorn with Pluto, that means Saturn and Pluto are back in the same sign. That means that cycle is not done yet. And that's trying to complete the cycle from 82 and 83 that finished. And ironically, it was August 28th of 1984, because I'm living that in my progression right now, that Pluto went into Scorpio and then met with Saturn. And then it was a what? Another Pluto-Saturn? We're not going to see that. We're not going to see Pluto enter. Oh, well, actually, you know what? I need to look at the chart a little bit. Oh, no, we're not going to see it. It's 2023 with Pluto in Aquarius, and 2023 Saturn comes into Pisces. So we're not going to see that. So then there's the sexual stuff. That August 28th, 1984 brought in with Pluto meeting with Saturn in Scorpio, full blown, where Pluto's like, I'm not going back into Libra. I'm staying in Scorpio. And so you need to realize that there's this cycle about connection, trust, intimacy, relationships that is not figured itself fully out yet, but you've come as freaking really far and really close. And we're just going to pull just about that real quick. What? The Lover's card. So, yeah, I would say that, the true love shit's coming. And I know that might be hard. There's some people that think they found it or whatever, and I'm a cycle person. And you know what? I'm a 5'1" in human design, so I will just look you straight into the camera and tell you, I might sound crazy, but I'm a cycle person, and the cycle of love and intimacy and relationships, the real deal shit's coming. I've wrote about it in magazines. I've wrote about it for a long time. Even all my 17 articles, if you go read them from last year, I know some people think 17s for 17-year-olds. The average age is 24. That reads that back. But I called out the celebrities of 2019 and what they would happen by 2020. And the Scott Disick breakup I called out Kylie Jenner breaking up with Travis Scott. I can go on for hours. If you really think that you have figured it out at this point right now, we're just going to ask one more card. What's up with this Lovers? The Hangman. Oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you've been stuck in some weird situations of love that have got you a lot of knowledge and insight, but also it feels stuck, and it's like, all right, I've learned, God, I've learned. I'm ready for the real deal. I'm ready to cut me down, please. I'm choking. Wow. This is a very rare card in this deck. It's the Angel de la Nuit. And it was reversed. It's the Angel of the Night. People are so afraid of their true essence, of their shadow, of their needs and their real wants, that they hold themselves back from true love because they're afraid of being in their truth. It's like society has kind of shown this, especially if we look at the first card we picked today was the Four of Wands in reversed, showed this image to society of how it should look for marriage and relationships, and people are trying to live that out on Instagram and Facebook more than they ever have in their lives. And then it leaves you empty. There's some shadow stuff there that you have to deal with, and if you haven't dealt with it, you're stuck. Hence Pluto and Saturn in Scorpio in 1984. Or, Orwell called it out. We see the shadow stuff right now in the world and how it works. Why aren't you looking at that in your own life and your personal relationships? If you believe in the 1984 syndrome of life or philosophy or truth, however you want to look at it, how come you can't apply that into your own relationship life? You ever thought about that? Have you been indoctrinated into a system that's made you actually be away and make you think it's evil to be the true essence of your real passion and your real edge and your real needs in your relationship world? I'll cross all this with one cross. And it's the Ace of Swords, the truth. Everybody's got to face the deep truth right now. I know it's not easy, and I know that you got a little bit of break here, but as we are coming into Mars, as it comes with Chiron this weekend, as the moon in Aries and Chiron retrogrades and Mercury comes direct, and more important, as we come into the opposition of the sun next week to Jupiter, Pluto, we're going to start to reveal more. And then we've got this summer into the fall of Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter coming direct, and bam, the big squares to Mars with the Mars retrograde, and that's where you want to start doing this work right now to be prepared for that stuff. I'm going to do a prayer to help you all through this, and then we're going to go live into the mix. That was deep. I got deep with y'all. Let's get deep right now. Hold on one sec. Dear God, Spirit, Source, thank you so much for being here right now, for being part of the journey that we are all on a quest towards finding the ultimate truth, which of course is your love and your light that always gives us life. But I know that there's so much more to just that you gave us a purpose in this world. I know that the training wheels are coming off in our life, and I know that you have been our training wheels, that you have been the one behind us, pushing us and protecting us from falling, because none of us ever truly are victims to the nature of this reality, the nature that you have created this beautiful world. There is nothing to feel victimized about. It is when we come into the truth, when we see the truth, that we are able to see that you have created an amazing, beautiful world, that we do not need those training wheels. We do not need those bumpers on those bowling alleys, that we are able to become the true essence of a destiny, a part to play in the cycle of this new universe, this new world that you've created, Lord. I know that it's very difficult times, probably for you, I know, Lord, because I see through so much of the way that there has been so much programming around the world of how to be and how to live that is against and is counter to your truth, to everybody feeling that they know that the best way to live is and so forth, that these unwritten laws that are being projected onto people are programming people to fall farther and farther away from you, Lord. And I know that you didn't write it in some book. I know that you wrote it in the nature that surrounds us, the art that surrounds us, the human nature itself that we're embedded with, that we have that ultimate connection to you directly 24/7 all the time, and that we never do fall. And I ask for you to help people right now realize that they are not a victim, and to help them realize that they have the power to not be afraid, to step forward into the doorways and take those training wheels off. I know it's scary when we take those training wheels off, Lord. I remember when I did, and I knew you had my back. And next thing I knew, I had my, in pure Leo fashion, I remember having my foot up on the seat and riding down the street like it was nothing and doing no hands. And I know that we can fly and we can glide through this universe with your love and with you're always are protecting us, but we can only go so far until we're ready to take off those training wheels to where you can give us more of that essence to be in part of our destinies that are in front of us in our lives right now. And I ask you to help remove the spells again. And I've been calling for this in prayer so much, the spells on people that continue and continue. And I know that some of these spells go back thousands of years, and some of these spells go, especially right now, to the deepest parts of subconscious and our collective. And I ask for you to help remove these collective spells from people, to come back into the unity consciousness of love and non-fear especially. But the fear is from within, and I know that fear is projected into the world because people are more afraid of the little things in their life than they are what they think of the big things. And that's what's creating this big, giant, false flag fear wave that's countering our planet right now, because I know that humans right now are afraid of simple things like the truth that you bring, that you deliver every day. I give you so much thanks and appreciation, Lord, for all the light workers that are out there that are giving these messages out to people, and that even us as light workers, we are flawed and we are not the all-knowing. And we get these bits and we get these pieces, and I appreciate those that you give us. But always, it is us turning and directing all of the energy of the universe back to you, that you are the source of that, and that you are the one that gives all of us that information, and all that information is to you. And we are just light sources. We are light bulbs that are holding that light and directing it all back up to that essence of the total one. That one unity consciousness, that one God, that one creator source that brings us everything. And I ask for you to remove the veils as much as you can, but I know that that's very difficult, Lord, because I know there's forces out there against you. And so if you can maybe just help take the training wheels off people to grow up into their destinies more at this moment, and to step into their truth and to make decisions from their own mind and their own self and their own heart, that's connected through you giving the answers and not the spells that are being broadcasted everywhere. Thank you so much, Lord. Amen. All right. If you never watched a show before, you're not going to want to miss out. Make sure that you have some good sound on, because it's definitely a show you're not going to want to miss out on, because it's different. And the sound's super high quality, and we have a really good time. And everybody in the chat has a good time. We got 700 people in there right now, so you do not want to miss out. Let's do this. I love you all very much. Thank you so much for supporting. Remember, highvibe.tv. Make sure you hook this up to some Bluetooth speakers or something. And we will see you guys live in the mix right now.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
9 Adams, this is Central BCC. Multiple SWAT units responding code 3 to CP at 127th and Adelaide. It's a barricade situation.
356, go be out with boy 6.
352 Southeast Division.
Connect to wire pack with 6-4.
159, copy, Alpha Charlie.
Control 32 boy, can put me out on the scene of the accident. 106 to HQ, information, get battle or command.
5 Adams. You're checking about 34, male being assaulted on man, 6 left and 6. You're done. Awesome.
Who wants to be dark when I'd rather to be darkened? You think the crown is heavy in my neck, in my neck. And my neck is so thin. my baseline all over again. I think I'm in love with my baseline all over again. I think I'm in love with my baseline all over again. I think I'm in love with my baseline all over again. Baseline all over again. I think I'm in love with my baseline all over again. I think I'm in love with my baseline all over again. I think I'm in love with my baseline all over again.
Rolling in the fast lane, time is precious. I'm counting down the seconds. I can feel you on my skin. I go in this direction. I'm sorry that yours is different. It's tearing me up with it. I can't keep moving back and forth. I go my way, you go yours. Lost in the middle of it all. Will things be the same when I come back? Don't forget you told me that you'll always pick up when I call. I take a love to go. 'Cause everywhere I go, you'll be my home. I take a love to go. No matter where I go, you'll be my home. I take a love to go. Have to deal with the tears. I feel the radiation of my feelings. I can't give them a meaning, but I know that you're worth the risk. I can't keep moving back and forth. I go my way, you go yours. Lost in the middle of it all. Will things be the same when I come back? Don't forget you told me that you'll always pick up when I go. Take a love to go. 'Cause everywhere I go, you'll be my home. I take a love to go. No matter where I go, you'll be my home. I take a love to go, 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 love to go. 'Cause everywhere I go, you'll be my home. I take a love to go. No matter where I go, you'll be my home. I take a love to go. I take a love to go. I take a love to go. Take a love to go.
$1 million. 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 $1 million.
Try. Always feels like I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. Always feels like 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 I'm falling. Always feels like I'm falling. Always feels like always feels like always feels like I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. Always feels like I'm falling, I'm falling. Always feels like always feels like I'm falling. Always feels like always feels like already wrong. I thought you had it all. Seemed impossible, as you didn't have no one. And there I was, thinking it's just me, with all my problems and my twisted dreams. Turns out everyone feels loneliness when you love so hard till there's nothing left. Or just looking for someone to love you. Searching for someone to love you. Everyone feels loneliness when you love so hard
Shining light, and a day turns into night, eternal fire. Waited all my life, take me away, a million miles away from here. Take me away, find a place for you and me. You're taking me high. Take me away, forever you and me. I kept them all inside. I needed time to make up my mind. Take me away, a million miles away from here. Take me away, find a place for you and me. You're taking me high as I could be. Take me away, forever you and me. Take me
yo, party people, you know we made it through some hard times. If it wasn't for the music, I don't know what we'd do. You know the music stepped in. You know the music stepped in. You know the music stepped in and saved my life. I gotta thank God for the music. We gotta spread this message to the party people all over the world. Party people all over the world. Party people all over the world.
Vegas hoes, late nights, booty calls, shiny disco balls.
Aries, Aries, Mars, 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 Aries, 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 Mars, 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 Aries, Mars, Aries, Mars.
and there will be problems. We were
I occasionally think how different worldwide would vanish. If we were facing an alien threat. If we were facing an alien threat from outside. If we were facing an alien threat from outside.
You got my money?
From outside, this work. If we were facing an alien threat outside, this work. Alien threat from outside. From outside, this work. Alien threat from outside, this work. Alien threat from outside, this work. If we were facing an alien threat, if we were facing an alien
From outside this world. An alien threat from outside this world. An alien threat from outside this world.
Take a part of
They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut. What the fuck?
I won't let you fall.
Aries, 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 Mars, 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 Aries, Mars, Aries, Mars, Aries, Mars, Aries, you're Mars, Aries, Mars, Aries in Mars, you're Aries in Mars, Mars, Aries, Mars in your Aries, 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 Aries,
sentir. Quero te ouvir. Eu quero fazer amor com você. Eu quero fazer amor com você. Toda noite sem fim. Eu quero sentir você dentro de mim. Toda noite sem fim. Eu quero sentir você dentro de mim. Quero você, quero você. Eu quero sentir você dentro de mim. Quero você. Outra vez. Outra vez. Outra vez. Outra vez.
All I see to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. A dream today. I have a dream today. I have a dream today. 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 I have a dream that one day, in Alabama, with its governor, governor.